Why does Facebook ad results just drop out of nowhere? You be scaling, you be going, and then all of a sudden sales go to zero, or you see a big drop in performance. Well, today I'll be going over a couple different scenarios of why that happens, but I'll also go over a couple things that you can actually do to actually fix that and improve that performance. So let's first start off with why does it just suddenly drop? So one of the first things I want to showcase is actually seasonality. I see seasonality happen a lot between students and then even some of our clients, where we'll be scaling, crushing, and then all of a sudden performance will just drop out of nowhere. We had one particular brand that was doing about $30,000 a month pretty much all year up until about, like August, September. Then October, they did $300,000 in a month. November, they did $3.5 million in revenue. Then December, they did 2.5 million. And, I knew performance was going to drop. Why? Because we were going after a desire for a particular kid's product and targeting parents and getting parents to buy this product specifically for Christmas, as it was in Q4. And if you look at anything online, kids' toys do about 90% of their sales in Q4. Well, I knew that going into January was gonna be a really bad month. And this particular client didn't really listen and went ahead and spent like $500,000 on inventory, pretty much consuming all of their profits. And January came around and they went from $2.5 million in December to I think barely getting like $500 to $1,000 a day in January. And again, that was all because of seasonality and desire shifting. Obviously, there's desire all year to buy your kids toys, whether it's, Christmas, whether it's like, gifting for birthdays and stuff like that. But there will be times where desire will be a lot stronger and you can really raise that magnitude for that particular desire. Or there'll be times where it's a lot lower, right? Like the desire to buy a kid's product right now in June, middle of the summer, it's a lot lower compared to what it'll be in Q4. So that's the first one, seasonality. And different desires will have different strengths at different times of the year. I have another client that does like 80-90% of their revenue specifically for Valentine's Day. And what I mean by that is 30 days prior to Valentine's Day, they'll scale up, they'll do 7 figures, crush. The day after Valentine's Day, they'll scale from like 50, 60, 100K a day, all the way down to $1,000 a day. Why? Because the desire to buy a gift for Valentine's Day is no longer there. So we will see that happen. And then the other flip side to it is seasonality from like the changing of the seasons, where, for example, if I own a clothing brand, right? We were working with this one particular brand back in like 2022, I think it was, where we signed them in January and they were doing about 500K a month selling hoodies. All they had was hoodies on their website in January. And, January we came on board, they did 500K in January. They were already on that route when we came aboard. So keep that in mind right there. And then February came around, they did like 300K. Then March came around, they did like 200K. And like we parted ways because obviously performance was dipping. And then, I told this particular client they needed to go and like get other products, because what was happening is we were going out of the cold season and we're going into a warmer season. No one's looking to buy hoodies right now. The particular client never listened. And, they started like testing, it was a hoodie brand, but then they start testing like various different products. Then like, a couple weeks later, I see them launching like completely just opposite things. And then they ended up just shutting the whole business down because of, performance dipped and, like they're like, fuck this. So a couple different aspects right there, a seasonality right there that can happen. Desires in the market can be stronger, lower. Also to temperature changes in the market if you are, like selling products, say for example, like clothing and stuff like that. These are all very different things that, can happen in the marketplace. Now, next thing is new mechanisms in the marketplace. A new mechanism is just simply a new way to deliver a result. Probably one of the most notable ones in the marketplace is the BlackBerry and iPhone. If you ever watched BlackBerry movie, I highly recommend it. And it was basically like, BlackBerry was so focused on their little touchy and the clicks of their keyboard and stuff like that. And when the new mechanism of a completely touchless phone, or like whatever you want to call it, touch phone. I don't really know what they call it, touch screen, whatever. When that came to the marketplace, BlackBerry completely ignored it. They were like, oh, people like the clicks and tax and stuff like that. And if you go look at like the whole like financial curve of BlackBerry, they took off, they crushed. Then when iPhone came out, they fell to the fucking floor. That's a great example right there where, if you've been selling a product for a while, maybe a couple, even a year, right? Like there's been products that come in the marketplace, even just after a year, can be completely burnt out by better products in the marketplace. So if there's new mechanisms, new way to deliver the same result that's just better, more appetizing, well, guess what? People are going to shift their focus to that new thing. And I've seen that right there. I've seen that before. We were working with a metal signs brand where, we were crushing it. Then a whole bunch of other people started introducing metal signs. Then like we started stagnating because there was a lot more competition. The client was refusing to like stay ahead of the curve and like really step forward. So, we kind of mellowed out right there. And then ultimately, there was just better things that hit the market other than metal signs, and just the whole sector right there of wall art got super competitive, and, sales fell flat. And our particular client was not keeping up ahead with new product launches and things like that. And, we fell pretty hard. I'm down to very little in sales. And, what could have been done differently? Number one, staying ahead of the curve, always be leading in the industry, always looking at new ways to introduce new products to the marketplace, consistently trying to satisfy desire in new ways as well. And also to consistently improving your product, right? So why dropshippers really struggle, because, they're advertising the same product that like 90% of other people are using. And, they're not improving the product. They're not manufacturing it a little bit better without those problems. And that's why it's hard, once there's enough negative belief around that particular product, it's hard to really scale it and stay for long term without improving it and further making those adjustments in your business. Now, number 3, this is a little less macro, like we've been talking about, like macro things happening in life. This is going to go more down to, specifically your budget of how much you're spending per day, and you're just not looking at a long enough time range. I get some people that message me, hey Nick, I was crushing it, doing really well, now sales fell flat. And we go look at their account and they're spending like $5 a day, and they're looking for like a, $20, $30 cost per acquisition. And I'm like, well, no shit, you're just simply not spending enough on a daily basis to get those sales. On a flip side, they're also too, they're not looking at a long enough time range. Like I like to look at 7-day averages. Like if I go a day with no sales, I don't really care, right? Because I look at averages over 7 days and 30 days, right? Those are my big leading indicators of how performance is doing. I cannot stand people who look at day-to-day performance, because you're going to be constantly up and down, up and down. One day you're going to crush it, you're going to be high, happy, and then you're going to think that's how it's going to be for the rest of your life. And it's like, no, it's not. It's just one day. So always look at averages, 7-day and 30-day. That's a big one right there. The next thing is also to making sure you're spending enough, right? So, I tell people all the time, you can start off with as little as $50, $100 a day. You can start off as little as $5 to $10 a day. It's just not really worth my time to start off at $5 to $10 a day. There's such a little budget, right? Like if I'm gonna spend $5 to $10 a day on Facebook ads, I might as well just go and send out product for free and get influencers posted for free. And that's how I make my sales right there. But $50 to $100 a day, that's the good kind of like median right there where you should kind of start at. Make sure you're getting enough data back for sales to happen. And then number 4 is simply you're just not creating enough new creatives for the account. Maybe you've launched a new creative specifically focusing on one particular desire, and that desire is pretty small. And then you also did like an market awareness, which is also a pretty small area. So I'd be looking at changing the desire, changing the market awareness we're going after as well. And then also to the positioning with market sophistication. I'll be looking at how I put those things together to create new types of creatives that can appeal to a larger group of people. If we appeal to these larger group of people, we'll have more people that Facebook can reach and serve and get more people into our funnel. So that combination right there, I've also seen a really big impact when it came down to like, hey, getting a sell here, gone, sell here, nothing, just really shaky. So from there, that's something that we can look at, is how we create that creative with desire, awareness, sophistication we're using. How can we appeal to more people and provide that necessary proof in that creative that our product is the product they need in the marketplace. And then lastly, number 5, which I already kind of talked about a second ago with BlackBerry and iPhone, but just simply having a less superior product. You know, there's superior products, better products in the marketplace that satisfy X desire. So whatever desire you're going after, you want to have the best product for that desire. If you don't, what's going to happen, that's also going to affect performance from an up and down perspective, because it's very difficult for Facebook to find you buyers. So you always want to have the clear, like, winning product that people want, not a less superior product. You know, you don't want to be selling an iPhone 4 when everyone wants to sell an iPhone 15. That's the key thing right there. So hope this helps out, guys. If you're looking for now what you should do in these cases, well, big one, have a superior product. Number 2, making sure you're not going against seasonality in the marketplace. Make sure you are spending enough per day. Next thing, look at averages, 7-day, 30-day averages. Give it some time. And then also to look at your awareness, desire, and sophistication you're going after when you're creating your creatives, and make sure you create creatives that appeal to that larger demographic, so we have more people in the funnel, to where Facebook, it makes it easier for Facebook to find people to purchase from you. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you're looking to scale your Shopify store to 7 figures per month, we specifically help brands stuck at 6 figures a month go to 7 figures per month. We've helped 4 brands now. Love to help you become the next one. Click link below to book a call with me. And if you're looking for an inner circle of students, community mentoring, click link below, have Nick Theriot mentor you. And if you're stuck at $50 to $100 a day in Facebook ad spend and you want to learn the exact marketing fundamentals we use to scale accounts, click link below to Nick's Facebook ads course. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a great rest of y'all day. Peace out.